16,000 of savings only. So if you don't have any UK income, the savings requirement is 62,500, 62500 GBP or equivalent held anywhere in the world. So it can be anywhere in the world. There is this link where you can confirm. There is a list of financial institutions in some countries like Cameroon, India, Pakistan, Iran, Philippines, Bangladesh. When you click on them, you will get the financial institutions that do not satisfactorily verify. So you cannot use their statements. So you may have to move it to another bank. If you have in any of the non-verifiable, it says do not satisfactorily verify and are accepted. So either accepted. So make sure they are not on the not verifiable list. And list of last 6 months bank statements. The fund should be held in the bank account for at least 6 months continuously. The funds cannot be jointly held with any other person. This is quite important. We've seen where applicants have jointly with their father or mother or parents or anyone else, but you cannot. You will have to either remove the name of the person and after that hold the savings for 6 months and then use them. Uh, and usually the funds are only allowed last 6 months bank statements showing the savings held in the name of the sponsor or the applicant or jointly, plus an English translation. So we've used it from some other countries where the statements were not in English. So we were successfully using a translation of usually we also got the statement, we got the letter from the bank and translated all of it. So even the statements were translated uh, from any bank in the world. Make sure the currency, the way to convert the currency is, I've not mentioned there here. This is the website, www.oenda.com. So this is the website used by Home Office to convert the rate of conversion. The conversion will be on the date of application. If you see currency converter over here, see converter, and then you put your equivalent currency and see the British rupee equivalent. So it is oenda.com. That is the website. And the current exchange rate it will be taken as the date of application. So today, if you have the date of application is the date when you submit the online application and make the payment of the fees, make the payment of the government fees. So that is so if we click on the submit button, make the payment of the government fees. So today will be logged as the date of application. The exchange rate will be taken as of today. Usually in the UK, if the funds are held in a UK bank account, you may not need a letter from a UK bank. But if the funds are held anywhere else in the world, definitely we suggest that you should get a letter. We applied and there were further queries and a letter from bank to confirm the amount held, period of funds held, and the name of the account holder, plus English translation if not in English. So definitely get a letter. If the savings are in other forms, done several applications on where the funds were in a different type of account. So, and that account wasn't very clear whether the funds are easily accessible. So one of the main requirements is the funds can be easily withdrawn by the individual who holds the funds if it is in another country. So in the UK, you can use normal current account and ISA account also. And so that is what we have done in the past. Usually, if outside the UK, if it is not very clear if it is a fixed deposit or any other type of deposit, then make sure the letter clarifies that the funds are accessible instantly and that the funds were continuously held throughout the last 6 month period. We have got queries from Home Office after filing the application, and then we had to provide those clarified letters. So that has happened in the past. Uh, Outside UK employment, this is also one of the other options that usually people who are moving to the UK they do use. So in respect of sponsor salaried employment, make sure for the difference between, if I'm looking at the previous financial requirement, salary from UK employment. So usually if only the sponsor is living and working in the UK, then you'll have the salary from UK employment of the sponsor. And if the applicant was also legally working in the UK, let's say the applicant was a student, had a 20 hours work right, then you can also use that 20 hours of income. Or the applicant was on a Tier 5 youth mobility visa, they had full rights to work or the applicant was on a tier 2 general visa or any other visa that allowed them to work, all the legal income with right to work in the UK can be considered. So you can add that over here. However, in towards this last option, option 4, outside UK employment plus UK job offer. So in this one, you can only use sponsor's income. Make sure the British citizens or the settled person's income. You cannot use the applicant's outside income. So this is another common question that we get. Can we use the applicant's current income? They may have whatever the incomes are, but they are not considered for the financial requirement. So if it's an outside UK employment, then you should satisfy both A and B below. In respect of sponsors salaried employment outside the UK, same way. So the documents required are exactly the same. Payslips for last 6 months, corresponding 6 months bank statements, and a letter from employer. So this is for the outside UK employment. From that employer, those payslips and bank statements. And in respect of the UK job offer, so if the sponsor has already interviewed, got a job offer, for an applicant's partner. So applicant's partner is the sponsor returning to salaried employment in the UK. So he's going to take up a salaried job in the UK. A letter from the employer must be provided confirming the job offer, the gross annual salary, the starting date of the employment, which must be within 3 months of the applicant's partner's return to the UK. So on the date when the applicant wants to come to the UK, usually, this is the case where both the couple are coming back to the UK, both the partners. So one is a British citizen, he or she is already working outside the UK. So you provide the documents under one, payslips for last 6 months, corresponding bank statements, and letter from that outside UK employment. And for the UK job offer, it should confirm the job offer, gross annual salary, start date of employment. This is very important, which must be within 3 months from the applicant's partner's return to the UK. So, which means when the sponsor returns to the UK, this is quite a legal argument here. So the applicant and the sponsor may not come at the same time also. They may, that is what is expected, but still, as per it is provided that the applicant's partner's return. Let's say we file the application on 1st of January. So within 3 months of 1st of January, so confirming the job for gross the start date of employment, which is in 3 months. So if the partner, if the sponsor wants to return to the UK on 1st of January, then his start date of work should be within 3 months of 1st of January, which would be March. So latest by 31st of March, his job should start. So the sponsor can come to the UK, sponsor, that is the British person or the settled person, can come to the UK on 1st of January, start the job any date on or before 31st of March, so within 3 months. And for the 1st of January entry, you can make the applications within 3 months. So starting date of employment, which must be within 3 months from the applicant's return. So you can file the application even within 3 months of 1st of January, which would be December, November, October. So from 2nd of October previous year, you can file the application on 2nd October with the intended return date of 1st of January with an intended start date of work of 31st March or before. Yeah. So you can have the 6 months block to play around. You file the application 6 months before. You're planning to come latest by the 3 month end, and then start the job latest by the end of 3 months from then. And enclose a signed contract of employment, which must have been signed, which must have a starting date within 3 months of the applicant's partner's return to the UK. So in my example, applicant's partner's, the British citizen, will return to the UK on 1st of January, and the contract will say that he will start the employment any date from 1st of January, latest till 31st of March. So within 3 months from his return. Make sure the signed contract is there from both the parties. Usually we have seen contracts where only one person has signed or the HR has just emailed, but make sure you have it double signed. So the individual, the sponsor has signed it, and some HR or director or someone from the company has also signed with the date and all. So it is a complete legal document. That's quite important. Also, any shortfall in income. So below financial requirement may be supplemented. So as I said, if in option one your income is short, you can add savings and top it up, or even in option 4, if you have shortfall of income, you can top it up. Uh, so also you can top up the income by any rental income or dividend income or any other incomes. Those are other income areas which are very less used, less than 5% of the applications use them. For the savings, also preferably they should be on liquid cash. However, if the savings are in investments, so it may be in mutual funds, stocks, assets, anything else, then the way you prove the savings for 6 months is you give proof that you were holding that investment or asset for last 6 months minimum. And we have done several applications where clients have held funds, etc., in different types of stocks, shares, bonds, any other types of investments. Then the only requirement is before the date of application, those at least equivalent to the amount of savings that you want to use, either 60 to 500, the whole of it, or if there is any shortfall, say 20,000, 30,000, whatever that is. So if you sell that portion of that particular financial asset or investment, and then you convert it into liquid cash, and you show both the statement and show that it has been liquidated, and both even the investment was held in that individual's name and even the cash is held in the same individual's name, then that should also solve the financial requirement issue. So the most important thing is you cannot combine, this is the common pitfall that people have, self-employment income, you cannot merge it with any savings. So that is the requirement. You cannot top up self-employment income with savings. So self-employment has to be by itself on its own. Okay, if you need any further advice specific to your situation, you can book a consultation. You can click here. You can see the details of what we provide in the consultation over here. You can read about it and you can book. We just charge 75 for a 30-minute consultation. It's a no obligation consultation. You can decide whether to come with us, do your application yourself, doesn't matter. Then you can go and straight away click any date, book, and then you can straight away make the payment. So, and then we can send you either a video or audio link. You can decide whichever one you want. You can do a video call also, and you can take matters further from there. Thank you very much.